The $1 million question is, why am I acting this way? Why did I become this way? Why am I doing what I'm doing? But you want to know what the $2 million question should be? What was done, all of the healing that I had to do, made me realize the best thing for me was to move. The best thing for me was to separate. And now that I've healed, why would I come back to the same problem when the problem won't even fix itself? That's because the problem doesn't see a problem with the problem. And that's the problem.
It's Carla coming back with another video. When we grow up, we want our parents to take accountability for what we went through. And sometimes if they're not able to adjust to our new lifestyles that may be different from what they raised us in, there becomes friction. So is it better to go no contact or should you keep contact? I'm going to put the decision in your hands. You let me know in the comments below what you think. And so you have a full picture of both sides. I provided people who agree with no contact and people who don't think it's the best idea. Everything is situational, so there are nuances to it, but I'm going to show you a few videos and we're going to talk about it at the end. The first round of videos I will be showing you are people that support no contact. Let's find out what they have to say.
I chose, as a last resort, to go no contact with my mother after a decade of trying to be complacent, make excuses for her behavior, accept who she is, try not to change her, accept that my kids, won't have their routines and the things that they do at home because, oh, it's grandma's, things are different at grandma's. It's okay. She loves them. It's fine. I did all of that for a very long time. But the most interesting part to me.
That is an interesting point that she notes there, that it was a decade. She did provide that detail. A decade of time is a very long time to require someone to meet a certain standard and request certain things from them, and they just choose not to do it, and it's really just a choice. You're trying to instill a certain amount of structure into your child. You can't have places and people be lax on those standards because it doesn't show them the right way, right? So I can understand her point of view with that.
Why I went no contact with my family. People think that going no contact with family is harsh, selfish, or unforgivable. But what they don't see is how sometimes it's the most healing decision you can make. Healing doesn't always come from getting apologies, explanations, or acknowledgments. Sometimes the healing comes from walking away. I recently went no contact with my father and my brothers. My oldest brother, I haven't seen him in years, but he'll call me drunk in the middle of the night, wanting to talk about my mom who passed away in 2012. Mind you, in my situation, my mother loved those boys and she raised me. That should tell you everything you need to know. Now, the last time he did this,
I think that is so disrespectful to call somebody drunk, especially when you don't contact them any other time, and then decide to have a serious, heavy conversation like that, knowing you're not in the right state of mind.
I was sitting in the hospital waiting to hear if one of my best friends survived a fatal accident. Mind you, he called it like midnight. I was already drowning in grief, but here he was, pulling me into his drunken spiral. It's exhausting. And we tried to patch it up once. He works in Oakland, but lives in Bay Point. So he promised to come by the house and spend time with me and the kids. I cooked, I waited 6 hours. He never showed. At 1 a.m., he finally texts me saying he fell asleep. My second oldest brother, he shows up when he feels like it. He got deployed in January and didn't even tell me. The last time I saw my dad was December of 2024, and only because
Everybody is out of pocket.
my brother showed up at my house too. My dad wasn't coming to see me. He was coming to see my older brother. Now, June of 2025,
The audacity.
my brother casually texts me. He says, "Don't be mad. Me, dad, and the girls went to brunch." My brother lives in walking distance.
That's so disrespectful. Ouch. So y'all had a meet and greet and didn't invite me? And then had the nerve to tell me about it afterwards.
Literally 5 minutes. And just like that, my heart broke again. Not because they went, but because they planned an event, included everyone else, and then decided to tell me about it after.
This one I can understand. Totally. Is it extra effort to reach out to me? Now, for the people who agree with those videos there, here's a video that helps you go through that process, dealing with feelings that you may encounter when you decide to make that choice.
Are you thinking about going no contact with your parents? Here are 5 things I wish I knew before I did. You don't need their permission. Just because they raised you doesn't mean you have to stay with them for the lifetime. The guilt will come, but it doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. It just shows that you were trained to prioritize their comfort versus your own well-being. You'll grieve the relationship that you wanted, not the one that you had. Going no contact doesn't mean that you didn't love them. It just means that you love yourself more. People might not understand, but that's okay. You don't have to explain your trauma to people who haven't lived in it. Silence can be a boundary too. Peace feels unfamiliar. If chaos was your normal, then peace is going to ultimately feel awkward. Just give it time. That peace, that's your healing.
I love this perspective that he gives. I will definitely highlight some of this in the notes that we'll be taking later. So that was one side. Now we have those who say, do not go no contact. It is not the right choice.
I'm going to get real with you about something. The no contact thing is supposed to be for safety reasons. If you feel extremely unsafe around your parent or your child, go no contact, right? But the problem is that there's a twist and there's a plot to all of this. Is that now the no contact is, oh my goodness, you said that to me? Oh, I can't believe that you would even talk to me that way. You wouldn't help me with this. You wouldn't do this. You wouldn't do that. Oh my God, I can't believe that you're treating me this way. I'm going no contact. I cannot be in this relationship with you. How dare you? And then you go no contact. Why? Because you can't sit down and have the hard conversations. You don't want to grow. You don't want to do the work. No contact is for safety. The normal family conflicts should not be a no contact. Because I can guarantee you, people have done you way worse than your parents or child ever have.
Like the first lady we watched, what if it's been a decade of sitting down and having conversations, trying to work it out, trying to find a middle ground? A decade is a very long time. How long am I supposed to endure that? Let's continue.
You're there up their rear end doing whatever you can to have them in your life. But your parents and your child, you're like, nope, you're not allowed to talk to me that way, so I'm going no contact. Guys, come on, we have to wake up. I've been put through this when I was...
I think boundaries do matter. You should have boundaries with everyone. I don't see why you can't have boundaries for a parent or an adult child.
I choose to see the human being that is my mother. And oftentimes I really feel like we put our parents on these pedestals that they never asked to be on, that society just puts them on. And it's like, you hear the word mom, you hear the word dad, and your brain automatically just puts out just a list of expectations that unfortunately a lot of our parents were not and will not ever be able to meet. And when you come to that realization and you accept that, you're better able to accept the love that your parents do have to give. And that's what it was for me. I was able to stop expecting my mom to show up this way, and I just was grateful for the way that she did show up, while still upholding boundaries, while still saying certain things that I needed to say, not holding it back, but just grounding myself in the fact that my mother is a human being and she is allowed to make mistakes.
Again, this is nuanced, right? Because if they're making decisions that are harmful to you, that's not okay. If they're making decisions that are harmful to those around you, that's not okay. I can see where she's coming from, where you're not going to die on the hill of, I want the perfect parent. I'm going to accept their flaws as they are because we're not all perfect. But again, they have to respect your boundaries.
And I'm going to forgive her and I'm going to love her.
All the creator information will be found in the description box below if you want to check out their full-length videos and find out more about what they have to say. If you haven't made your choice yet, that's all right. I'll go ahead and highlight a few key points for both sides so you can better decide. A few reasons to go no contact would be a person is just constantly overstepping the boundaries that you set. They're not respecting the limits you set for them. Another reason could be your lifestyles just don't align, so the choices that they make are really impacting you and your mental health. Some reasons that I found from those videos for you to stay connected with your family members could be that you're empathetic to their situation. You understand their life circumstance, so you're willing to give them multiple chances. Another could be that it's not a safety concern, so it's possibly fixable. Maybe it's a conversation that needs to be had. Both parties just need to come to the table and talk about what's going on and move past it. The important things to remember is you control your life, you decide what's best for you, and don't feel bad about the choices you make for yourself. No one else walks the shoes you walk in. You have to make those choices. And there is discomfort with change, so please understand you may encounter that, but that's all right. Sit with that discomfort because you're taking control of your life and you're making the decisions that matter for you. And we're back to the question of the day. Which side are you on? No contact, stay connected. No contact, stay connected. You let me know in the comments below, and please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and let's add people to this conversation. So share this with someone who you think could use this information. Until next time, this has been Carla's Notes.